It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And this is about to become a succulent paradise. This is the fabled Del Mar project that I've been alluding to in videos recently. We're going to be breaking ground on this project Monday of next week. Today is Labor Day, Monday. But I wanted Greg to be able to come by and see the property since he hadn't seen it with his own eyes. He'd only seen video and photos. It takes on a whole different dimension when you see it in person. But what an exciting opportunity to bring my style of succulent design, water efficiency, sustainability to this Del Mar neighborhood. You can see, all of the homes in this area are still working with these tired lawns and the old, 1980s bird of paradise and roses and impatiens and jasmine, which actually isn't that bad from a water standpoint, but it's kind of a maintenance headache. But this is just classic California here. I mean, can you really get a sense of the amount of maintenance and the job security for the gardener between mowing, edging, blowing, weeding, snipping, clipping? These roses haven't been cut back, it doesn't look like, for years. They're a mess. They're riddled with cutworm. The bird of paradise, the only way to keep these clean is to get in there with trimmers and get at the dead branches. You can't pull them out, you have to cut them out. And there are dozens of bird of paradise in this yard. Oh my gosh, just such intense maintenance. And look at all of the moss that's growing. I mean, I can't even imagine how many gallons of water are thrown on this landscape at any given time. We've got a Cupaniopsis anacardoides tree next door. This is a carrot wood, and it is a little problematic. You can see these are all of the seed pods that were dropped by that carrot wood. So that's a challenge that I'm going to have to consider when I'm deciding on top dressing. This isn't your typical detritus. These are very dark. So we might, I think rather than going with a really light top dressing, we might want to go with I don't want to go with a burgundy because the roof tiles are terracotta, but maybe a southwest brown to help kind of detract from what will be a lot of drop. Okay. Here we've got, already got some boulders in play though. We can obviously reuse all of this. These are, when I say 1 foot minus, this is what I'm talking about. So these little boulders will obviously be worked into the design. He got started with a little bit of rock rubble at some point. That's what we're going to do to divide the properties. It's just a simple organic rock rubble delineation. This is such a beautiful home. And look at this gorgeous driveway of flagstone. I just love this. And look at the garage door. This is just going to be great. On flanking sides of the drive, I'll likely go with my usual suspect of Petalanthus bracteus. This is Del Mar. So for those of you that don't know, we are about, I would say it's the crow flies, Greg, maybe a mile. No, not even a mile from the ocean, right? Maybe a half a mile from the ocean, so a lot of marine influence. It's very pleasant right now here in Del Mar. So he's got a really great retaining wall here too that's completely blocked by all of the, you guessed it, bird of paradise. So we're gonna, pulling out and redoing all of this area. As we move our way back, we got the organically placed flagstone, which I love, moving into mortared as we go down the walk. So obviously no hardscaping will need to be done, and I will be taking into consideration these earthy colors when I choose my top dressing. Here we have camellias. This is a very, very hard wood, and these aren't going to be fun to excavate, but excavate them we are. The client's daughter would like to rehome as many of the plants as we can salvage. So for you purists out there, don't panic. Anything that can be saved will be. All right, then in the back, I am a lover of flagstone and brick. I just think it's a great contrasting medium. This area down the side here that is currently all in camellias, they're not providing anything really. They're not providing privacy or shade or much of anything. So I think probably what I'm going to do here is just perhaps do some barrel cactus, some Echinocactus grusonii, keep it really, really dialed in and simple back here. That way we can turn off the irrigation completely and it'll just look really clean and finished to see this line of little barrels going all the way down. We'll keep this side clean. It looks like he's got Palm Springs, huh, Greg? Doesn't that look like Palm Springs Gold 3/8? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Maybe we'll do that. We haven't done Palm Springs in a while, have we? It's just Palm Springs Gold has got a lot of color in it. It's got a lot of mica. It's got pinks and browns, and it really does work well with the house and the colors. So there you go, solved that. As we head back, it's a small backyard. And the backyard we're taking a break. We're going to do the front yard, and then we're going to take a week off for me to deal with some maintenances and some other things, and then we'll be back the following week to tackle this. He went ahead and let the little lawn die off. Again, we'll be taking out all of the roses, the bird of paradise, all the crap in here. Look at that boulder. That's a beaut. And he's got this really, really beautiful rocks pool. Check this out. How pretty is this? When it's turned on, that waterfall, I bet it's just absolutely beautiful. So, it looks like somebody had made an attempt to do some succulents here. Obviously, we will do better. And gosh, more bird of paradise. It just doesn't end. Wow, this bird bath has sentimental value to the client. This was his wife's, and I don't remember the exact story, but I'll find out. But we will definitely be utilizing this in a place of importance in the landscape. So there's a lot of microclimates going on back here. It's okay, once again, being so close to the ocean, it doesn't really matter. See, there's the 5, right? So there's the ocean right there. It's still a little foggy, but it's just right over the hill there. So lots of marine and influence from the ocean. So I don't really have to be concerned about what I plant where. I can really plant anything anywhere I want, and I'm sure it will thrive. Our client doesn't want this to be, as he put it, overplanted or Disneyland. So I'm going to have to dial my aesthetic in a little bit, which gives me hives. But I will do my very best to give him something really sophisticated and slightly understated. Now, you heard me say it. We'll see how it ends up. I don't know if I can do it. Did I say those words out loud? Understated? Oh dear. Then he's got jelly bean pebbles here. This is a rock that I used to use a lot. It's expensive though. It's more of the polished round rock as opposed to the gravel. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll bring in additional jelly beans. I think I'll just go with the Palm Springs. I like the jagged rock a little better with succulents. So yeah, here it is. He's got a lot of pots tucked around and a lot of really pretty boulders that we can use. We'll spend Monday and Tuesday doing the demo next week, and then we'll begin the installation on Wednesday. So this is kind of a rare opportunity for you all to see the before. Usually the client has a gardener do all the demo, and then we come into a blank slate. But in this case, there's so much demo and such a super highway underneath these plants of wires and pipes and tubes and whatnot that I just really was a lot more comfortable with my own crew taking care of it, so that we would know exactly what we're getting into. You can see here there's a lot of that, the tubed irrigation that I call Mickey Mouse, because it's, you know, it's just kind of all over the place. And we're going to get rid of all of this and run subterranean drip in areas where we need water, and then we'll just, like I said, do more xeriscape down along the side. So he's got some solar lights that look pretty good. We'll probably just work with his solar lighting, might mix it up a little bit. I also need to check and see what I said. I don't remember if I think we're going to demo this mow curb too. This brick mow curb here, because it really doesn't make any sense now that we don't have a lawn, does it? Yeah, we'll demo this. We'll get rid of this and just open this whole little backyard space up, and it'll make it seem a lot bigger. We also have limitations as to we have to be careful not to plant anything that's going to get too tall and impact the neighbor's views. So that's another thing. I can plant something, but I have to be very careful where I stage it to be sure that it isn't going to impact the neighbors negatively. So that's another consideration for me. I will probably go with one of the aloe superheroes back here, or maybe a rostrata, something that won't get, you know, too big, like a Draco. That would probably not work. Although it would take it 30 years to get there, and by then I'll be dead, so who cares, right? Yeah. So who knows? Your guess, good as mine. So this is our first project back after our little vacation up at our ranch in Northern California. So I'm super excited to get going on this, and very excited to take you guys on the journey. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, reporting from Del Mar, California, with a brand new project and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.